Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live stream. Now that David and I are kind of alternating who does like what when, like we do it kind of one every month. You can see him in the TV. There he is. Give him a wave. Give him a wave.
I was waiting for it to sort itself out.
Okay, well, there you go. You go without. Yes. So hello and welcome to another live stream. Trialing it in here today. I do prefer to have it in with everybody else, but as we all know, 95% of the live stream is just them kicking off and going crazy. So we're just trialing it in here, and we'll see what happens. Pickles and Scampi are going to join me later, as will David, because if you didn't see my community tab and my Instagram, in this live stream, for a lucky UK winner, we're going to give away a bag of our hormone homeostasis biodiversity bird blends tea. That is quite a mouthful. Clearly, I can't talk. So that is what we're giving away at some point in the live stream. In David's live stream, what did we give away? Was it the green powder?
Yeah, wonder powders.
Yes, we thought we'd give away a hormone tea today because it is hormone season, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I thought, you know what? Let's treat you guys. So one of you is going to win this, but we will talk about that later. And Pickles and or Scampi will pick the winner as well, like last time, which is a lot of fun. So welcome everybody. Welcome Nudemy Winks. Welcome Alicia. Alicia. I did write it down. I wanted to make sure I pronounced your name right. I did it wrong anyway. Welcome Alicia. Welcome Shadow. Welcome MC Coalforge. Welcome down the fleece hole with Bob. I can't speak. It's just, it doesn't bode well for this live stream, does it? Who else is here? Welcome Shadow. Welcome Casey Gamporia 6. My mum will be along soon, I'm sure. What's up? Well, everybody's here. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So yes, there's been a lot going on, as you guys have seen. And if you are new to our live streams, then please do drop any of your parrot related questions in the chat box and I will get to you. David is like the support. He is my support character today. He's going to let me know if any questions come in. So if you have any questions about parrots or anything really, drop them in the chat and we can answer them throughout this live stream. So yes, welcome. So what has been happening? If you didn't know already, we did have another cockatiel join our crew, Cole, who looks just like fish. I've posted the picture of them two together. He was a rescue from Busy Beaks Bird Rescue, and we did a whole series on Patreon about how they were getting along. And we did finally adopt him. He is now part of our permanent flock. He and fish get along really well. They have this kind of relationship where they don't necessarily want to be like super besties. They don't preen each other, but they also can't bear to be apart, which is obviously the ideal kind of scenario for us because we wanted a friend for him. And he's getting along really well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting on very well with fish. He's a cute little man, a bit grumpy, but he's quite cute. He's been asking for pets more and more from us, which is cute. And he's doing well.
He is a bit grumpy because Cole, unfortunately, is having the harshest molt ever. He looks such a sorry state. I don't think I'll bring them in here tonight just because the big light's on. But now that the days are getting lighter, we can hopefully bring others in here during the live streams and stuff. Yeah, he looks such a sorry sight. He did have a lovely bath yesterday, though, so that was good. But yeah, he's molting like absolute crazy at the moment, as are a couple of the other birds, but he's definitely having the worst of the molts, bless him. And I also did a fecal test on him as well, because obviously he's a new bird to the flock. And I just wanted to make sure everything was all good. And I got the results and everything's fine. So that's good. And I will be doing a sponsored video about kind of fecal tests and stuff coming up, if you have never explored what that means. But I think it's quite useful to do. It's non-invasive and can be quite affordable. So yeah, and it's something you can do at home as well. So really pleased that that all worked out nicely. What else have I got on my list? What is hormone season? It's the worst time of year. It's typically in spring and autumn, the time of doom. It's typically where if certain triggers are present, or even if you try and minimize all these different kinds of triggers, birds can go into kind of breeding mode, so to speak, and you can see increased irritability. You can see them trying to search for nest cavity sites and that kind of thing. And yeah, they just get generally a bit aggy and stuff. And obviously if things kind of get out of hand, Obviously, that can go too far, and if you have a female bird, they can potentially lay eggs. And if you have a male and a female bird, you could potentially have chicks. So it's not a good time of year. But even if you have, a single female, they can still lay eggs. If you have a single male or multiple males, they can still have increased irritability and looking for nest cavities and all that kind of stuff. So it's not great, but there are lots of things that you can do to minimize it, but we can't necessarily completely eradicate hormones because they are a natural part of bird biology. Welcome, Klaus. Welcome. And it would be kind of impossible to eliminate hormonal behaviour completely, but we can minimize it. David, in fact, has a wonderful series on hormones. That was out recently, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I've done so many series. Series hormones.
You're doing a lot of series.
But then we happen to have. Is that the prize we picked? The one to help people.
It is.
With the hormone season.
It is.
We are such big fans of teas. So.
Yes. Hi, Iris. Welcome. Yes. So that is why we're giving away one of these today. And if you guys didn't know, if you guys have just not been on social media, if you've been avoiding me, please don't. If you didn't know already, we have launched Biodiversity Bird Blends in the UK, which is Dr. Jason Crean's amazing bird food brand. And we are the exclusive UK distributors and soon to be the European distributors as well. Welcome. Everybody's filing in. Hello. So we thought that because it's hormone season and we're actually giving some of our birds some of this tea at the moment, I'm cold brewing it in the fridge overnight and just giving it to them in the morning, giving them the wet herbs and stuff. Welcome, Carrie, as well. I thought, you know what, we should probably give this away as well. So it will be a UK only giveaway this time around because that is what we are doing. We're doing UK shipping at the moment. But as I said, we are planning to open up to Europe later in the year. We have very, very big plans for other things that are going to be joining our store as well. So make sure you are peeking at our website. If anybody wants to drop the link in the chat at some point. David's on it, my side character.
Side character? Is that what I've been downgraded?
What would you prefer to be?
I don't know.
NPC?
You should talk about why we like tea so much, because if you want a topic, that's a good topic. Just teas in general.
I will talk about tea. I'm being bossed around here. And thank you, Carrie. We're really excited for this sort of new venture. What's today's competition? So it is going to be to win one of these. I will tell you later on when Pickles and Scampi come in here. We'll do something similar to David's live stream where you have to put a certain emoji in the chat. You have to be in the UK, over 18. And then we'll give you a short period of time, put your emoji in the chat, and then I will manually write all of the names, put them into a little ramekin, and then Scampi and or Pickles will pick the winner. And if they pick two winners, we'll have to make it work, and we'll have a look. I'm glad to hear that, Jake. Thank you. So I was talking about tea, wasn't I? Why is tea so good? And this isn't just a sales pitch, guys.
Tea in general. This doesn't have to be this tea. It can be just tea in general.
Tea in general is awesome. There's plenty of papers written on it. Hello. There's plenty of papers written on why tea is good. It's not just one of these kind of gimmicky products. The reason why the ingredients are in these blends is because they've been picked because they work together in harmony. It's not just, well, let's just have some random old rubbish, throw it all together and then call it a tea. They have actually been studied about which herbs should interact with some and also which shouldn't as well. There are certain things that should not be put together. So there's a lot of thought that goes behind these products. But why tea is so awesome, it has many different benefits. So we've obviously got the hormone homeostasis tea in our store. We also have the return to peace tea. So this one is specifically for kind of hormonal behaviour, but it can be offered to birds who aren't hormonal. But that is why it has been blended in this way with certain ingredients. But also the Return to Peace tea, which is also in our store, is a very calming blend. It's got things like tulsi and chamomile, lavender and stuff. Whereas this one, what have we got in here? We have got raspberry leaf, marshmallow root, oregano, tulsi, ginger root, red clover, and sage. And they all work together in different proportions and stuff to make a tea that helps to reduce hormonal behaviour. It's not going to completely zen your bird out. No, one single thing is going to do that. You obviously have to be mindful of hormonal triggers and stuff in the environment. But this definitely helps as part of a holistic program to combat those pesky hormones. So what have we got here? How long can I leave the tea out? Do I have to change it twice a day in the morning? So what we recommend is, there's a variety of ways. I'll tell you all the different ways that you can do it, but I wouldn't leave it out all day. I would leave it out for a couple of hours, and that's where we'd go with it. So the way that we typically offer tea for our birds is I will cold brew it in the fridge overnight. in a glass jar. And then in the morning, I will strain off the wet herbs, and I will put the wet herbs in with the chop and the sprouts, and I'll serve that into their bowls. And then with the brewed tea, I will then get their water bowls. And because we have pairs of birds, I will do 1 bowl of water, which is just the tea. And then I'll do 1 bowl of water, which is just water. So they have choices. So it's not just you have tea and that's it, because a lot of birds would just avoid drinking it. If you have a bird that's suspicious about that kind of thing, they'll just avoid drinking. So that is what we do. So we give them choices so they can go and take the tea. I tend to steer them towards it because for many of our pairs, they have a particular water bowl that they usually drink out of more than some of the others. So will put the tea in that one. But if you have a bird who is particularly suspicious about different flavors and different, popular in Japan as well, another supplier of BioBird blends. So please go and check them out as well. If you want to put your website in the chat, please do. And I actually did an interview on that website as well for members. So go and check that out too. And it has English subtitles, but Japanese subtitles, but I'm talking English. I definitely can't talk Japanese. That would be amazing. I can't. I like my anime, but I can't do it. But yes, so tea is amazing. Where was I even going with this? Oh yeah, how to offer it. Yeah, so if you have a bird who's particularly unsure about different flavors and things like that, what we recommend is just putting the tiniest little droplet of this in their water and just have it really diluted. And then you can slowly build up their tolerance to the different flavors going forward. It's the same if you're offering anything like apple cider vinegar. I talk about that a lot on my channel, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, the birds can taste it, but a tiny little bit in, and then gradually build up that tolerance to different flavors. It does help with getting your birds used to change and things like that. So that was my ramble on tea. Did I miss anything?
No, I think it's just worth, because I like to talk about it. I want to do another video on teas because it's just such a good thing for parrots.
Yeah.
And the way you don't have to give them as a tea, you can do it dry and also
exactly. I've missed that one out. So if you want to offer this just as like part of the evening meal or dry or anything like that, or in a foraging tray, you can do that as well. Nothing is stopping you. The only limit is your creativity, but I do prefer cold brewing to hot brewing because it retains more of the nutrition. When you use like a heat on anything, it's going to break down some of the nutrients. So that's why I prefer cold brewing. So that was my little ramble on tea. So in a little while, we'll go and get Pickles and Scamps and we'll give this away to one of my lovely viewers. Hello, Ellen. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody who is filing in. As I said, don't forget, if you do have any parrot-related questions, drop them in the chat. I feel like I've been talking nonstop and I need to take a breath. So if you didn't know, in my past life, I used to be a lecturer and I've been a zoo presenter and stuff. I love all that kind of public speaking things. But before that, when I was like learning how to do public speaking, I was terrible at it. I wouldn't say boo to a goose. But also I had this really bad habit of just not taking a breath when I talked. You'd be like talking, and then you just can't breathe. And then you're like, so I'm apparently doing that right now, going back to my youth. So yes, hello, welcome Sue. Right, what else is going on in the world of Bird Nerd HQ? If you didn't see my recent video, we did Louie's DNA test, and that was a shock. Spoiler alert, she's a girl. Although, feel free to go and give it a view if you like. Always helps out the channel. But yeah, Louie is a girl. What? We've been calling her a guy for so long. She's been here for like 2.5 years now, and now we have to like change the pronouns, and it's taken a bit of getting used to. Not as hard as I thought it would be, but yeah, it was a bit of a shock to us, but a good shock, it's cute and stuff like that, and now we know. So that was a bit of fun. And then we're also doing Pickles and Scampi. That is happening on Monday. They're going into the vets to have their leg rings removed, and at the same time they'll have a nail trim because they're already restrained, and we'll take out some feathers and we will walk to the post box that night to go and send them off. It only costs £8 per sample, plus the postage. I'd normally just put a couple of stamps on it. And the turnaround time is really quick. So
there's also a question, by the way, which might have been missed.
I will come to that question in a moment. But yes, really quick turnaround time. So if you want to do that in the UK, there is the link to the site that I use in the description. It's not sponsored or anything. I just really impressed with it. And you get like a little certificate sent to you via email and via WhatsApp as well. So when I opened it up in the morning, I was like, she's a girl. So I will be doing a poll on my community tab at some point. So I'd like you guys to go over there, keep an eye on it, to guess whether Pickles and Scampi are going to be 2 boys, 2 girls, or who's going to be a girl and a boy, because we really don't know. We've always said that Pickles is a girl and Scampi's a boy, but honestly, I think it might even be the other way around. I guess we'll find out soon, which is very exciting. What question?
So it's from MJ FedEx. I'm getting a cockatiel from a breeder soon. I was wondering what the first few days should look like with it.
I think I have a couple of videos like that.
So do I.
So does David. We've got videos for just about everything. So when you first bring a bird home from any situation, whether that's a rescue, a breed, or anything else, you want to just give them a little bit of time, whether that's a couple of hours, whether that's a day or so, just to kind of settle in and decompress, because it's very scary for a lot of birds. A lot of people don't realize just how scary it is for them. You know, we think that, oh, we just brought this, you know, cute little bird into our house and, you know, they're going to love us because they've been around people. But for them, they're being plucked out of a situation that they've always known potentially, and then put into another situation with people they don't know, sounds and sights and smells and all these different things that they don't know. And we kind of expect them to just get on with it and adapt. And that's not real life. You know, not only are they prey animals, but they're living beings. You know, if we were plucked from somewhere and just put somewhere else with a load of random people that we didn't know, we'd probably be a little bit uncomfortable as well.
Still giants as well. Giants, like,
huge people with like grasping hands. That's terrifying for a lot of creatures. You will get the odd bird here and there who are like, cool, awesome, love everybody, this is awesome, let's get out and be friends and stuff. It's quite rare, to be perfectly honest with you. So it's better just to give them a little bit of time and judge them on their behaviour. Are they particularly nervous and cautious? Are they trying to avoid you at all costs? That will let you know that maybe you need to spend a bit extra time. But I do have a video on trust, which is a really good video because it talks about things like passive bonding, which is an incredibly useful technique. You don't need to give your bird anything, no treats, nothing. You are getting them used to your presence without having a direct interaction, because you will see a lot of different things online where some people say just get the bird out immediately, start interacting. Some people even say get rid of the cage, right, let's go. And I think it's kind of particularly stressful, honestly, because they don't know you, they don't know the environment, and you're kind of forcing them to interact, and that's not very good. So we want to do a lot of choice-based things, give them lots of choices to participate, and if they don't want to, they want to take more time to get used to the environment, to get used to us, to feel confident enough to approach treats, that's fine as well. It's all about choice and low stress and going at our own pace rather than doing it for our own benefit because we're so excited that this new bird has come home. So that was a whole ramble, but watch my most recent trust video. David's got a whole load of videos as well, and that's what I would recommend. So have we got any other questions?
It's a question, but it's like, without DNA test, is there any way of telling if male or female? I presume that might be in reaction to what you said about conures, but I don't know if Jake is specifically talking about conures or another species.
Yeah, Jake, let us know, because it is contextual. Because some species, well, very few, but a couple of species you can tell. Most you can't.
Cockatiels. So
yeah.
Generally it's down to behaviour, Jake, with cockatiels. You're looking for behaviour tells. But some people used to say, even I said it for a long while, that if they talked and sung, that was a male. But sometimes females do that. So what you're looking for is the behaviours like the heart wings, the display behaviours, a lot of the physical characteristics like cheek patches and stuff. It's not that big a tell. Males tend to have brighter cheeks than females.
And bigger patches as
but
well,
that's
but not
only
always.
When they're older, when they reach maturity. When they're younger, it's not as easy to tell.
That's the other thing. If you have the wild type coloration, you know, it's completely wild type, no like cinnamon, whatever, all these like weird mutations that come in. If you have completely wild type, like fish and coal, they're males, because you don't get females that look like that. But there are other patterns where some females will have a yellower head, but they'll have different patterning on their body. Whereas, you know, the female wild types will be mostly grey on the head and little flecks of yellow and stuff. So for cockatiels, if they're wild type, you can tell by kind of appearance. Otherwise, it's behaviour based.
What do DNA test?
The Latino thing, I have heard something along those lines, but I don't know how much truth's in it, to be perfectly honest with you.
Wouldn't know that for sure, because I don't really encounter that.
No, not sure. Maybe. Who knows? Then we should do a little survey and find out. Have I missed any other questions?
I don't see any other questions. People have made some comments. Larry thanking you for the videos and the information.
You're most welcome.
Carrie talking about, you know, they need time to decompress and settle into their routine. Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
It's very true.
Super. So,
You want to get the birds?
you can either get the birds. I want to talk about sprouting and the sprouting drama that's been going on. Should I do that?
Sprouting drama.
The sprouting drama. Welcome,
Well, you
welcome,
tell me
welcome.
when you want them, and I'll go and get them.
Let's talk about the sprouting drama, and then we can.
I'll deal with this cockatiel question while you're talking about it.
The answer is no. No bird is hard to tame as such. It's all based on the individual. You can have a young bird that is hard to tame or an old bird that's easy to tame. But the key is choice. And going at their own pace and being really respectful and letting them choose. So Larry's a big fan of the parrot teacher. We all are. So sprouting drama. Woohoo! There's always drama somewhere. A formulated food company, I can't say pellet apparently, a formulated food company put up a post on their socials essentially fear-mongering people not to feed sprouts, which is just absurd, making kind of baseless claims and using particular language. Sue, you're very naughty. I will continue that. But firstly, thank you very, very much, Sue. It's very kind of you. And thank you for the cute little, like a happy dancing pair. I love him. He's doing like a little jig. I should have like a little... I'll do it if anyone sends any gifts, I'll do them myself. Thank you very much for your generosity. It's very, very kind of you. Yes, anyway, back you throw me off, Sue. Thank you very much. Right, so what was I talking about? Sprouts. Yes, a formulated food company put up this very inflammatory post saying that sprouts are dangerous and terrible, and your bird's basically going to get sick if you feed them sprouts. But you know what you should feed? You should feed their formulated diet, because that's fine. And if you know what I'm talking about, and you know the company that doesn't like to be called pellet, a formulated diet, but it's basically a pellet. The problem with some of these companies, like you can feed pellets and stuff. You know, you guys probably know our views on pellets. We don't particularly recommend pellets or anything. If we do, we recommend tops because of how it's made and what the ingredients are and stuff like that. But, you know, you guys can choose to feed pellets if you wish to. We just recommend if you are going to feed any brand of pellet, have it as no more than 20% of the diet, because they really should be having fresh, bioavailable whole foods, because that's what's actually going to keep your bird healthy. But when companies use fear to sell their product, it's really shady. That's like me going, your birds need to have tea, otherwise they're going to be sad.
I mean, they should buy our tea.
I mean, it'll make them happy. Yeah, that's better marketing, isn't it? Tell them happy. What is it going to do to benefit them. It'll make David and I happy if you want to place an order.
Makes me happy.
But yes, it was a really inflammatory post. If you want to see which post it is, go to Dr. Jason Korean's Instagram or his Dr. Jason Korean consultant page on Facebook, and you'll see the post I'm talking about. I'm not calling people out by names, but if you want to know what the post was and what they said and why it's a load of rubbish, yes, people like to get really agitated and worried and scared and fearful about new things. I had a whole comment slating me the other day on here because I'm pro substrate. And again, people can use bars and paper and cage liners if they want to, but the benefits of using substrate far outweigh anything else, in my personal opinion. You wouldn't see bars and paper at a zoo or conservation park, wildlife park. There's a whole thing. Yeah. Anyway, people are afraid. They're afraid that their birds are going to get hurt and stuff like that. And I totally get it, but we shouldn't be making fake claims in order to sell product or to demonize one thing in order to make ours look like the savior. I'm not a fan of that at all. So yeah, there's always a little bit of drama floating about in the bird community. But yeah, that one came up the other day and we kind of read the post and went, what? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that was the drama. As I said, if you want to go see which one and who it was and everything like that, then go and check that out. My mouth is just turned off for some reason. Oh, it's run out of battery. That's excellent. So I'm not going to be able to read the chat properly. What have I missed?
I was trying to help Alicia or something.
Alicia. I saw a comment about, are we married? We are engaged, but we are not married. We do live together, funnily enough, because we share the same flock. How how do I get my cockatiel to like some of the foods I give her? She'll only eat seed. I have, in my opinion, a very good video on how to get your bird to eat veggies. And there's a load of tips, and there's over 20 different tips in that video. We normally say it's like the 3 Ps. It's like patience, persistence, and presentation are absolute king when it comes to getting your bird to try anything new. Patience, persistence kind of go hand in hand, because your bird could try something the first time, third time, 10th time, 20th time, and maybe it's the 30th time that they've been exposed to carrot. They're like, oh, this is edible. I could eat this. This is cool. So don't just offer your bird something a few times and think they don't like it. And then it comes down to presentation as well. Maybe they don't like it in a chop. Maybe they don't really recognise chop as food. Maybe they need chunky bits of veg on a kebab skewer. Maybe they need big leafy greens through the cage bars. And we are doing kind of diet conversion with Cole at the moment, because he is still in that process. And we have talked about that on Patreon, and we will continue to talk about that on Patreon as well. So feel free to check that out if you want. It's on my channel page. There's some very noisy birds in the other room. I don't know if you can hear them. Anything else I've missed? I know David has been helping out.
Yeah, I've been talking to Alicia. Jake, our first cockatiel, Travis, is very bitey towards Zazu, our new bird. Only when we approach them is it just simply hormones. Sometimes
they can get a bit like, I mean, Fish and Cole sometimes do something similar, but we come up, they get a bit excited. One wants to be closer to the other, or they're just like in too close a proximity and that kind of thing. I would just observe closely, and if it's a regular thing, maybe set up your phone and do some like exercises where you approach and stuff and see what the actual behaviour is, whether it's you that's the trigger, whether it's because they're close together. You know, there's a whole variety of things that are going on there. I wouldn't be too concerned if they're just kind of giving each other a heck and a beak bash. It's not the end of the world. But if it is any more serious than that, then obviously that's something to explore as well.
Zuko always asked if we have videos on like cage setups, and I was like, yeah, we have videos on how and why we do things.
Yes, we do. I also have a video on how to get your bird to use the entirety of the cage space, because quite often birds will only use like the top third or the top half and stuff, and you know, you can get them to use the entirety with certain positionings of toys and perches and things like that as well.
Susan asked, do birds mature behaviour as they get older? Meaning, I've heard about terrible twos, but I'm trying not to get sucked into that label.
Yeah, so they will, many birds will mellow out, so to speak, but they still have the potential to be exceptionally hormonal if there are enough triggers in place, or their previous history as well. So, you know, if birds have been, cockatiels seem to be particularly triggered by this kind of thing. If a male has been around a lot of females growing up, and then they kind of pass from home to home and then come to another home, you can see a bit more of that in them. But yes, they, generally speaking, once they kind of mature, so to speak, they can chill out a bit. But if there are enough triggers or stresses and things in place, then their behaviour can still be undesirable going forward.
Carrie made a good comment. You're right. Marketing tactics is wild. The companies insist on a natural, unbiologically suited pet to make money. It's all about the money, honestly. And some of it, you know, is a little bit of we want to do the right thing, but then the money always corrupts it, and that's the sad thing, really.
Yeah, a lot of these, they have good intentions. But
it starts with good intentions. Anyway.
It starts with good intentions, and then there's different motives and stuff like that.
No big money in making vegetable chops or sprouts, because you know anyone can do that.
I said that in my first video of Jason. Like, Mr. Broccoli Farmer's not out there raking it in because we're all making chop. You know, people want a slice of the pie, and I'm not trying to be a hypocrite here, because we're clearly selling, you know, dried products. You can buy it if you want. We'd love it if you did. Your bird would love it if you did. You don't have to.
We're not going to tell you that something else is evil because we want you to buy ours.
And we don't talk about pellets being undesirable for us in terms of bird diets because I want you to buy that instead. I've been talking about pellets being undesirable for a long time. And I used to feed pellets with the birds. So it's not like an incentive kind of thing. It's just when you actually look at it on a face value with any kind of ulterior motive stripped away, what do you actually want to feed your bird? Do you want to feed them processed food, or do you want to feed them like natural, real whole foods?
I think once we just so Ash's comment doesn't get pushed away, we'll do Ash's comment. I have something to say about that because based on recent conversations.
Okay. And then we'll go and get the birds. And then we'll do the giveaway.
So just to paraphrase Ash a little bit, Ash basically has a green cheek conure. He's very fearful. They hide. Ash will be out of action for a little while, and you know how do you get a conure used to things? You have to do some descent work, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I would recommend passive bonding with anybody else that may be around, and even with yourself if you're having to take a little step back. I do have a video on how to look after your bird when you're sick, which may give you some kind of...
I have a vacation one as well, don't I?
You do? You have a vacation one. I have one about when you're sick, because you do need to give yourself some grace and some slack. And if you can do any preparation work... Sorry, my hair's driving me nuts. I'm not just like touching it because one of those weird women. I haven't had it cut for a year. I only get my hair cut once a year because I don't pay for it, and it's just driving me nuts. What was I saying? Yeah, so if you can do some prep work, prep some foraging and stuff, and make things easier for yourself before that happens, and then just take it slow and go at their own pace. If they would prefer to be a bit more reserved for that time whilst you're recovering, that's okay, as long as they're getting their needs met. You can do passive bonding. Anybody else who's with you can also do passive bonding. You can offer target training, and if they're receptive, then great, and if they're not, that's also okay. But I think in times like that, when things are difficult for us as humans as well, just cut yourself some slack, and as long as their kind of basic needs are met and stuff, and they've got enrichment and things, I wouldn't worry too much. Just get yourself better, and then you can start working on things.
So the thing I wanted to say, just based on recent conversations, well, going back to the whole food diet thing, is one of the biggest lies that anyone will tell you with regards to anything is that the opposite, the alternative, is dangerous, or that the opposite is too difficult. And people buy into this lie, especially when it comes to bird food. They're like, I don't know how to get all my bird nutrition. I'm scared they're not going to get everything. The pellets aren't complete either. That's the biggest sort of like deception. There's no complete food, especially if you learn how it's made and stuff. So don't be scared into not trying to provide a whole food diet. Even if you keep the pellets, try out other stuff. There's no reason not to. Even if you buy into the fear-mongering, why would you not try stuff? It's just about trying and experimenting. And a lot of people we talk to are like, oh, I'm scared of not getting everything I need. That's what diversity is all about. That's what they do in the wild. That's what we can provide them. So just don't be scared of it.
Another thing as well. So at the moment, do you want to go and get them?
Yeah, I was just
it's like chaos
something
in there.
Nice about stuff or the bio stuff.
Oh, we'll look at that in a second. Oh goodness.
It's all flooding.
So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, at the moment in the UK and Europe, there is a huge shortage of tops pellets, which is the pellet that we recommend. And because there's a shortage, people are stressing out. Like, I can't. I don't know if you guys can hear me. It's very noisy. I'll tell you about it in a second. Hello. Oh goodness, here they are.
Let's have this door shut as well.
You need to bring your chair in, don't you?
Oh, mine, am I sitting?
Yeah, why not? You can actually join me instead of talking.
How am I going to bring my chair in when you're pachowing me?
You got some snacks.
When you're pachowing me, how am I supposed to bring the chair in?
You come in. He says he's going to help you. You come in.
Pickles wants to help as well.
Can we just stand like that then? Are you going to pick the winner? So,
you finished posturing now.
What I was trying to say before the birdie chaos is there's a massive shortage of tops pellets in the UK and Europe at the moment. People are stressing out about where to get them. And that's the problem. When you only feed one particular formulated branded thing, and tops are great, as we said, we love tops. If you want to feed pellets, that's what we recommend. But then when it becomes unavailable for any reason, people are, well, what do I do now? A bird doesn't want to eat anything else. And that's obviously quite dangerous. But when you transition over to a diverse raw whole food diet where your bird is used to a lot of different foods, there are so many things that you can buy for your bird in the supermarket, for example. So many things. So they won't go without. Hello, Scampi.
How do I get myself in position? Do I have to like scoot?
You have to scoot, won't you?
Yeah, because there's like eight birds, and it's just really difficult because of the sun and stuff. It's just too many in one room. Like if you watch other people bird channels, it's so rare they film in their bird room.
Yeah, so I have managed to a couple of times when they're having their afternoon naps. I've managed to film a couple of Patreon, I think, and a couple of other bits and bobs. Scampi, you're raiding the treat bulk. You have some more later. Come here. Yeah, we tend not to film in there anymore because the birds have just trained us, and they're like, we're going to keep being noisy, and you have to give us a really high value snack every couple of minutes, otherwise we're going to keep screaming, and that's really stressful to film when we've got 100 other things going on. So that is why. Are you ready? He knows where the tree.
We always talk to the birds. I talk to the birds constantly.
There we go.
I mean, we have loads of tips for that, Eckhart. It would take, like, we could do that for an hour. How to approach it. Just get them used to the person's presence. Make sure hands are slow and not scary. Maybe train step up without the hand, so they don't have to worry about it. Where do you want to go? There's so many ways to approach it.
Target training as well, because it takes hands out of the equation and they just have to interact with the stick instead.
They're so excited.
They're really excited.
Well, it's because they normally come in here. Well, sometimes because of the amount of birds we have, we double up so we can save some time due to all the work we have to do. So I'll bring these guys in here while Sophie does another pair in there for their afternoon outing. And these guys love it in here. I build them little like tunnels, not too confined, obviously. They like running all over me. They explore. It's crazy.
Do you have any recommendations for any non-shreddable toys? So you can get like hardwood kind of pine platforms. You just put on my sleeve. I've just put this video on. Thank you, Pickles. You can get these like hardwood kind of platforms or triangles and things like that from a variety of places, and they have like circular holes drilled out of them, so they're kind of like made into a little foraging game and tray. I think you can get like baffle cages as well, which are stainless steel cages that are like this big, and you can hide loads of stuff in there. But for me personally, I feel like the small one isn't small enough for small birds. They should make like a mini one. Do you have any non-shreddable suggestions?
And what sort of bird? Little bird? Are we talking about budgies? What other birds? Because you can get like as long as it's outside the cage, like hardwood, little beads, training toys involving acrylic or plastic. Those are all great as long as they're supervised, obviously.
Yes. And on that note, I think it's about time that we did the giveaway. We waited long enough, and now that our adjudicators are here, so if you would like to win this bag of Biodiversity Bird Blends Hormone Homeostasis Tea, because has
blessed it with her feet.
She has. This is brand new, and you can win that. The rules of this competition: you need to be living in the UK. That also includes Northern Ireland. So if you're in Northern Ireland, that's fine. You need to be living in the UK. You need to be over the age of 18. And from right now, for the next 3 minutes, place a blue emoji in the chat. I'm going to see if I do it myself so you know which one I'm talking about.
You're making it too difficult.
I'm making it too difficult. I can't even find the blue emoji. Hang on. Blue heart emoji. This one.
Oh, goodness. It's scared her.
Right, placing the one that I just put in the chat, the blue heart.
Pickle pea.
Casing Emperor 6 and Iris using the ice cold emojis. Place the blue heart emoji in the chat for the next couple of minutes. We'll let you know when the competition's closed. You need to be over the age of 18. You need to be living in the UK if you want to participate. And I'm going to manually write all of your names, like I did last time, into the ramekin.
Ramekin of destiny.
The ramekin of
destiny.
And Pickles and Scampi will choose your fate. Oh, okay. There's loads of people, so I should probably.
Oh goodness!
I should probably crack on. Do you want to talk about anything?
I can't see the chat. I can just see loads of blue hearts. I don't know. I don't have any topics. I have my little rant about it's not that difficult. You know, don't be scared of it.
Just don't be afraid.
Have I any topics? Do I have any topics? Something I'm going to do on my next live. I suppose I'll talk about something I find interesting is. The phrase I come up with for it is selective anthropomorphism, where people apply human attributes to birds in certain ways. Oh, like they love kisses, they love cuddles. But then, just like the example Sophie gave earlier of a bird that's coming to a new place for the first time, they automatically assume that bird's going to adapt instantly. It's just the bird. And it's like, why are we so selective with how we apply our values to our animals? Like, why is some things okay and some things sensible and not? If we're going to apply our values, we should apply all of them, like respect, the same sort of respect and level of trust that we request of each other. You know, these little guys are smart. And if we were dumped into a new environment out of nowhere, effectively, with giants, we'd be very scared. So why is it all right for them?
Just very quickly, we will be shipping to the EU later in the year. We're trying to work it out. So,
and also, by the way, if you are a patron or a channel member currently, we are sort of doing special exceptions for EU shipping now. You just have to get in touch with us. So either by Discord or message. Oh, sure. So for people who are already patrons and Discord members, we're trying to do shipping for EU now. Almost trying to test it, and we have had a couple of successful EU shippings and people have been posting about it. It's just we can't do it for everyone yet. We need to actually work out how to do it properly and efficiently.
Let's be honest.
We're only small, you know.
The real reason is because we have to put our real address on the thing, and I don't want everybody internet knowing our real address when you ship to the EU. And lemon rice with the BioBird blend stuff.
I'm not actually touching it, by the way, if you're worried I'm encouraging hormones.
The BioBird blend stuff is all available in the US. When we eventually have our own branded products, because we're still in the formulation process, we're hoping to get those available via BioBird blends in the US. Can you stop raiding the treat bowl? I need to catch up and write all these names
You want
down.
to see something gross? Is she going to try and do it?
No, don't let her do it.
I'm not going to let her do it, especially not on camera. Gross.
Right, so would you mind answering another dude while I sort out these names?
Right, so another dude. Our conure attacks my wife. She drinks out of a water bottle and sometimes at random sounds. I think she might be territorial. My thoughts and suggestions, what random sounds? Are they scary to her? Some sounds are very overstimulating for these guys. They're very overstimulated by loud sounds, vibrations. So you have to be careful around them, especially if they're not used to it and desensitized to it. What does the water bottle look like? Maybe it's the color, maybe it's the sound. There could be a lot of things triggering these little guys, and it could be hormonal related, but you have to be careful with labeling everything territorial or hormonal. It's one of these go-tos now. Before, it was just its dominance. Dominance is now getting replaced with hormones, and hormones, yes, they have a big impact on parrot behavior, but they're not the be-all and end-all, and you often have to look at other factors. So I'll look at the color of the water bowl, any sounds. I'll look at the types of sounds that are triggering your conure, and maybe looking into desense work with those sounds, try and keep everything calm, or maybe avoiding those sounds as well. So Susan, you can get stuff directly from BioBird blends in the US. You don't buy it from us. We only do it in the UK and Europe. So you can buy it directly from Jason's site. If you go,
I think it's because when we as well as that, when our products hopefully will come there, we'll link up.
We'll work something out.
We
do talk to Jason an awful lot. So if you want to see our products in the US, we'll be talking to him. It's just a lot to do because we're obviously managing this. We're managing our flock. We've just taken on Cole. We're trying to obviously constantly expand our training knowledge so we stay up to date. There's a lot more going on that as well. There's a lot on, and yeah, we just need to keep ourselves on top. So I am missing most of this chat because of this silly box at the bottom, which I can't get rid of. So I can only look at what I've got. So look at what Eckhart's got here. I tried target training on my shelter cockatiels, made a mistake using a clicker. Yeah, small parrots. Clickers work amazingly for some birds, but others, they really are overstimulating. It's better just to use a verbal bridge. So just saying good in a nice neutral tone is much better.
Just very quickly,
urgent ones.
30 seconds and the competition closes. So if you want to enter, put the blue emoji. Over 18 in the UK only.
The reason it's urgent is because if it scrolls off, I can't see it anymore because most of it's gone. So popcorn. I am planning on buying a crimson belly conure hand feeding chick. What's your advice for me?
Don't
get a crimson belly hand fed chick. That would be my advice. If you want a crimson belly conure, that's fine.
Just don't.
But please watch my videos on crimson belly conures before you get one.
It's
not just anecdotal. It's not just anecdotal. A vast majority of crimson belly conures have these behavioural traits and you need to be prepared for them. They can be sweet. They're incredibly intelligent. They're also very pretty birds, but they have some things you need to be aware of before you get one. So please, please, please watch my videos and be well prepared before you get it.
And also, I know that there's a couple of crimson-bellied human people in the chat, so feel free to back us up here because if we're being completely honest, we don't recommend crimson bellies as pets in general. They are exceptionally hard work, and that is not gatekeeping. It's the reality of it, both with our own and with many that we've worked with. They are not like green cheek conures at all. Not that we necessarily recommend any pet, any parrot for a pet as such. You know, it's a lot of work, a lot of lifestyle change and stuff. But
you get rid of that so I can actually see what's going on.
Crimson belly conures. I don't know where my mouse is. You can't pick a winner yet.
Stride away. Do you have any tips to help stop a cockatiel biting? Check out my biting playlist. There's a whole playlist on biting. That would be the most easiest way because obviously us talking about it now without any specifics makes it a bit harder for us. Whereas if you just check out that video, it'll give you all of the answers you need.
Right, the competition is now closed.
Thank you, Lemon Rice. Competition is closed.
Right.
Carrie, just quickly before we do the competition. So it's going quite well. He's accepting pets from us, which you weren't expecting. His step up's improving. He's very grumpy, but that could be because he's molting
Molting
still.
like crazy.
But yeah, things are going quite well. More content, I think, in the future on that, just to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, he's a very, very sweet boy. We're so pleased that he's joined our flock. We're so pleased that he got on with fish so quickly as well, and that they could live in the same cage space together. And we haven't really had any issues at all with them, with their relationship. Yeah, we just couldn't have asked for a better companion for him, given the circumstances. So
you've got a job to do, Scampi.
Scampi, we're doing this. We're doing. So we're going to be doing that in a second once I finish speaking. But yes, Sweet Cole is awesome. He initially had a slight preference to me, and now he's more like neutral. Like he's like, anyone will do, really.
Yeah, Ellen. I mean, it's. I'm not going to go into it now.
I think I spoke about it recently in I think it's my bird myths video. Like getting a chick to hand feed is going to improve your bond, and it really makes very little difference whatsoever. And in fact, there's more negatives to doing it than positives. So if you're absolutely hot set on crimson and we haven't put you off, then at least look for one in a rescue or get one that's fully weaned. Never ever ever bring home a bird that isn't fully weaned. Yeah, Ellen, I was telling David just before the live stream started that he took a chunk out your nose. It's the joys, really. Right.
His last question, which you want to do the competition? It's from Kasha.
My eyes are going funny.
All right, so basically the cockatiels want to be together now all the time. Do you think they'll settle? Hopefully, yes. Just give them time. Do some bonding exercises, formal bonding work. Again, we have videos on that where you can. Scampi's just having a drink. You can do like formal bonding exercises involving foraging trays and all sorts of things that will help a lot.
Yes, and also I'm going to answer this other question. So my favourite is probably the
flower forage for me as well.
The flower forage, because it just honestly it smells incredible. We're not just saying it to try and sell it. It smells amazing. Or I really like the Taming the Flame powder because it has those anti-inflammatory properties, and we think that's great for our one-legged Louis and for other birds, older birds, and things like that. But I forgot to say at the start. Our best-selling product for biodiversity bird blends is actually the green forage. That is the bestseller. Very close. Get out of it. It's like licking my straw.
Oh, pachow.
Don't pachow me. It's my straw. The green forage is actually our best-selling product. And fun fact, I actually asked Jason, and his best-selling product is the green forage as well. So that was really interesting. So let me know what also is, because there's another stockist. Let me know what your best-selling product is from BioBird Blends. What are you doing?
They're so keen to do the
right.
competition.
Do you know what?
They're just going crazy.
Let's do the competition.
I need to go poopy. He says. I need to go poopy.
Let's draw the winner. You gonna go poopy?
You go poopy. I suppose you can do it on me.
He'd rather do it on my fleece. So let's pick the winner. I've got everybody's names in here. I promise I've done everybody. Scampi and Pickles. One of you is going to pick the winner. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Just one.
Scampi's picked it.
Okay, who's it?
He selected it. That was very cute. The way he grabbed it.
That was really good. Scampi picked the last winner.
You got a treat for them. Say thank you. Good job.
Sure, they're good at this. Maybe we should
make it a thing, but with cheaper prizes.
No,
do it every single live stream.
I'm
hoping, something like stickers or something.
No, I'm hoping in coming live streams that we may have our own things coming out. We are working really hard. So who is the winner?
Who is the winner? Who is it?
It is Nia! Woo! 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 You come and say woo! Congratulations! So please either let us know on Discord, because you are on our Discord. Let us know on Instagram or email, wherever you want to contact us. Let us know your address so we can get this sent out to you very soon. Congratulations. Thank you for participating.
I like pigeon netters. I've had Clover pick my Pokemon card packs before.
I love that. That's amazing. We always tend to get terrible. I get pretty good pulls, and you get terrible pulls, don't you?
Are you talking about the
on Pokemon
on the card? What, the online one?
On the app thing, yeah. Congratulations, Nia. Thank you for participating. Thank you everybody who participated. If you like this sort of thing, let us know. Maybe we can try and do this once per live stream. We'll give away something. Maybe we could give away something from our merch store next or something like that.
Stickers. I think
maybe some maybe some stickers, or if our products are out, then Larry, our Discord is exclusive for our Patreon backers
and channel members
as well. So if you either sign up to our YouTube channel members at any tier, or our Patreons at any tier,
sit down elsewhere so they can play.
They want to go mess around. They're like, we've done our job now. We want to go and play. yeah, if you would like to join our Discord so you can be part of a very friendly and supportive parrot community, it's in a really good spot right now. We just absolutely love being part of it. Then join any tier on there. But of course, our Patreons have other benefits at other tiers, like lots of exclusive videos, and you get to find out first before anybody else. For example, when Cole joined, everybody else knew. So yes, well done, Nia. Thanks for participating. Woo, that was exciting, wasn't it? Let's have a moment to decompress. Let me have a drink.
Where do you want to go? You say in my hand, so I can't read the chat. I want to see if we missed anyone. I missed anyone's stuff.
If I have missed anybody's questions, please put it again. It's hard to kind of keep up, and my mouse isn't working as well. But if anybody else has any other parrot-related questions, we'll be here for up to another 10 minutes. Yeah. What's the difference between being a channel member or a patron? Is there a difference for your revenue? For my personal channel members, I just have it set to 99p. It's just a way that you can have special emojis on the live chat and a little icon next to your name. It's just another way because people like to support. I don't expect anybody to sign up to either, to be perfectly honest. But if you do, we're incredibly grateful. On the £2 tier of my Patreon access, you get access to our Discord server. You get access to certain posts, not every single post, but you all know, if we get a new flock member or certain other things that are happening, any other exclusive things, you also get discounts. Thank you very much, Klaus. You're very naughty. Here is one of our channel members. You can see that beautiful little icon of Chip next to Klaus's name. Thank you very much for your very generous gift. That was very kind of you. Thank you very much. You don't have to do it, but thank you.
Ellen says we might have missed a question from Lemon. Have you been trying new foraging techniques for the flock lately? Where are you going?
So I'll get back to Patreon because that was also your question, wasn't it, Lemon Rice? Not so much new. I mean, obviously we've been giving in the BirdNerd blend stuff, and they've been loving it. I did that today on some plastic trays, had the BirdNerd stuff and some seed and stuff like that. I've been doing a lot of the paper espresso cups, paper cake cases, extra bowls in the cage for meal times. They have loads of places to check out. We get the vine balls and we stuff bits of walnut in there for them, or for other birds, we'll put millet in there because not everybody likes walnut. Nothing too wild and crazy, but if anybody has anything that you think we should try, then let us know. So yeah, for patrons, the £2 tier is just a way of showing your support. You get access to our Discord server, discounts as well. We'll offer periodic discounts on our store, and also you'll find out new updates. And then for everybody upwards, you get access to exclusive videos, both mine and David's, and joint ones that we do. And the very top tier, you also get a consult with us once a month that we prioritize with you, and we do have a couple of people who we have these regular consults with. It's really nice to kind of keep checking in and seeing people's progress and things like that. We really enjoy that. So thank you very much, Lemon Rice. You're very naughty. Let me see if it's actually going to let me like this. It's not let me like any of the other ones.
I think I like it.
Oh, there we go. I loved it. It's not let me do the other ones, but I love them all. It's very, very generous of you. We have already done the giveaway, I'm afraid. Maybe next time we're going to try and do one giveaway every...
Where are you going? Come here.
Every single one. The top tier, I can't remember what. I can't even remember off the top of my head. Top tier is 50, I think. Is it 50?
50 quid, yeah. And
yeah,
you get an awful lot for it.
You do. You get a lot of support. Because it's a lot of money, so you would expect a lot for it. But there's obviously the tiers in between if you would like to just show your support to us, which you don't have to do momentarily. We do appreciate you guys just being here, watching our stuff, sharing it with other parrot owners.
Just throwing out more like...
You can't pick another winner. We're not made of money. Yeah, so the other tiers, you get access to loads of videos, again, discounts, Discord server, new things coming up. We have these ideas as well. I don't want to give too much away, but when we start formulating and actually get our own products out, we have some really exciting things that are going to involve our Patreon backers. So I can't say too much, but I will say that. I'm going to be one of those really annoying YouTubers.
Let's be honest as well. That's the other thing we do offer for those in the UK or Europe. We do offer discounts for bird blends. We don't do it all the time, but we have special discounts which we post up on channel members and Patreon.
He's just gorging.
Well. He's not gorging, was he? I thought he was playing.
No, he's not playing anymore.
Pickles is just like
dropping feathers.
Spelunking behind the pillow.
Just dropping feathers all over my pillow. The other thing as well.
Questions. It's like bombardment of questions.
The other thing as well is every single member of our channel members and our patrons get discounts on our online courses. So if you've missed those posts, it's worth just doing a little search in the search bar for those discount codes. And if you have joined and you're like, Sophie, I'd like the discount code, just tell me. I'll give it to you. It's not weird. Please let us know, or tell David. And and you know, because if you signed up, you deserve to have the discount as part of your perks. So let us know. But we try to include them periodically in our posts so that people can find them. But yeah, for our online courses, we've got nutritional enrichment, how to build a bond with your bird, and it's how to build a great relationship with your bird. And then what's the other one?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with
oh no, it's the functional assessment. Well, this live stream's going to go on for ages.
How to solve parrot behaviour problems yourself.
Don't even know our own products. Basically, we've got 3 online courses, and you can get
more.
No, we've got 3 online courses. You can get 50% off if you are a channel member or a patron. But if you can't find the codes, just let me know. Whoo, okay, I'm talking for England. Right. So what questions have I missed?
Right. So firstly, county. We have 2 parrots and had them for just over 6 months now. The male is very friendly. The female is much more reserved. Is it okay to separate them for a bit to bond her? If they're bonded together,
if they're bonded together, I wouldn't separate them. That's going to be definitely detrimental to their mental well-being. You can kind of have one bird out of the cage and work with one in the cage and that kind of thing. Or if there's 2 of you in the household, you can work that way, where one person works with one bird, one person works with the other. But if they are bonded together, I would not recommend separating them to try and make bonding easier. It's all about working through what can you do in the scenario, which could be in cage training, and still following the same principles of gaining trust that you would in our videos and stuff like that.
You carry my TTL is a textbook definition of achieving tolerance. Twig tolerates Minnow but wants nothing to do with her, just wants humans. Snooing another bird for Willow since she wants to be another bird, and having Twig be solo. What do you think?
You can. Obviously, there'll be some birds who, they'll tolerate each other, but they're not super bonded. They'll still benefit from each other's company. If you have the space and the resources and stuff, and you want to explore getting another bird as well, then
trios can work as well.
Yeah, I'm not one to say no, and trios can work. Oh, guys.
Where's Scampi? Where's he to welcome? To do the welcome.
Yeah, Casey Gamporia 6 has already said hello. Can I have Pickles, please?
Pickles says she doesn't want to.
Pickles wants to say, Sophie's mum's here. Say hello, Nana. Everybody say hi, Sophie's mum. Say hi, Nana. Hello, love you.
We're not gone just yet, Suzanne. We're still here for
we're here.
Minute or 2.
You can stay if you'd like to, but my mum's also here. You come right at the end, mum. Right, have I missed any other questions?
I don't want your foot in my mouth.
He says you can love the babies.
I don't really want that, Scampi.
Pickles loves her Nana. She says, when are you coming to visit? Right, so we're going to start wrapping up the live stream shortly. My hair is driving me absolutely nuts, guys. Is anybody else like me who just can't bother to get the hair cut? I don't want the social awkwardness of having to sit there and have a chat. Just cut my hair and let me go home.
And I want a fan meet up on Zoom. I don't know if we have enough fans to make that worthwhile. Like Discord,
fan meet up on Zoom. That sounds really interesting. I don't know how it would work though, but everybody having the chance to speak.
It'd be easy to be in Discord, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to pressure anybody to join Discord or be active on Discord. We could think about it. Thank you very much, Pigeonot. That's very, very kind of you. Very generous. Thank you very much for being so lovely.
Pigeonot's icon as well.
Yeah, the little sort of anime-esque icon.
Anime.
Thank you, Popcorn. I will keep on rocking on. Thank you so much for your kind words, and for people's generosity throughout this live stream. It's very, very kind of you. Yeah. Maybe one day, maybe we'll get over to the States. We have been talking about it. Maybe we'll get over to the States one day, and maybe we'll do.
Cash is offering to cut it for you. No,
please, honestly,
off you go.
Have you seen how long my hair is? My hair just is really, really long. I hate it. I don't mind when it's about here. I normally kind of get it cut here so I get my money's worth, but it's driving me crazy. Woo! I'm clearly not one of those beauty girls. I mean, obviously, it's not my jam.
I'd say you're a beauty girl.
Oh, he's got to say that, hasn't he? He's got to be in my good books. I just can't be bothered, honestly. What else have we got on here? Are we going to think parrots? We are considering it. We haven't. Nothing's set in stone yet. Hopefully, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you very much, Daisy. It's in pretty good condition, to be honest. My top tip is to brush it and wash it every other day. And that's how you keep it healthy. But yeah, it drives me crazy because it's like really fluffy. I end up looking like a cocker spaniel, which is why I'm always doing this. I feel like I look like a cocker spaniel. Anyway, Scampi is busy raiding the treats.
You can't. I put the tea over.
Oh, he's raiding something. He's trying to pick another winner. We've already done the giveaway. That's right.
You like picking winners, don't
He
you?
does. He loves to pick a winner. So Pickles P and I would like to tell you that we're going to be here for another minute or so. So if anybody has any other burning questions, now is your time to ask me. But as we said before, David and I are now doing like alternate live streams. So next month will be on David's channel, and then the month after will be on my channel. And we kind of go from there. Because just doing it like 2 live streams a month is too much. We want to see wings. Where are the treats? Right. Should we see? Should we say everybody? Can we do wing? No, that's not your wings. That's your foot. Ready? Wings. Good girl. Good job. Where's your snack? There it is. Thank you very, very much, Carrie. It's really, really kind of you. Thanks for being you as well. We really appreciate you being here. And I'm not done yet.
Well, 2 things I have to remember to say.
Okay, well, I'm just busy thanking Carrie. Thank you very much for your generosity and for your kindness. I really appreciate it. What did you want to say?
So, Carrie, just because you mentioned it on my other channel, I'm planning on doing like a walkthrough of the bugs to show like everyone. I did it on Patreon, Spoodapod's Patreon, but I'm going to do a proper one. It's just all in a bit of flux right now. So once that's done, you'll see all of the new bugs and what we've got at the moment and how they're set up. And Suzanne asked, how do I donate PayPal? We don't really encourage that. If you're really desperate, message Sophie.
Yeah,
if we happily accept people's donations, but we don't like go out begging for them. It feels a bit horrible to do so.
It's not in our nature. Like, cost of living crisis, times are tough. We don't expect anybody to do any of this. Yeah, we appreciate you guys just watching our videos and supporting us that way, liking, commenting, sharing with other people to spread the message far and wide. But if the mood so takes you and you just can't bear the urge any longer and you are desperate to support us in some other way, then message us and we'll work something out. But please do not feel like you have to. We do not expect it or anything like that. What is your top parenting mental health? What is that really hard to say? Mental health tip. Be kind to yourself and know that you're not perfect. We are not perfect and we will never be perfect. Neither is any other influencer or trainer or anybody else online. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is doing everything possibly right. But you can try and just, keep striving for better, but find that balance as well, because sometimes you need to have a little bit of time away from your birds just to decompress. You don't have to be around them 24/7. If you are people like us who work from home, you need to find that real balance, whilst also making sure that you're meeting your birds' needs. It's good to evaluate, but don't be hard on yourself if you feel like, it feels like everybody else has it together, because they don't. We don't have it together.
Why do you like my socks so much?
Be kind to yourself and be kind to your birds.
Suzanne's like, maybe a wrong word, I'd like to. So I don't know. Do you have Suzanne on, do we have an email or something?
Suzanne, you can email us at bestbehavedbirds@gmail.com, or you can Instagram message me or carrier pigeon or however else, hologram, however else you want to get in contact. And I can give you information, but obviously, as I said, we don't expect it. But thank you for considering us. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate that. Right, so thank you very much. You guys are so kind, honestly. Your kind words fill my heart. That sounded really sarcastic. It was not intentional. Thank you for everyone for being here today. It's been wonderful. It's been a really busy chat. I feel like I'm losing my voice because I haven't stopped talking for like over an hour. But it's been lovely. I've been loving it. So thank you guys for coming. So any other last questions? Like 30 seconds, because I don't want anyone to miss out, because it has been question packed today. It's literally been question time today. It's action packed. So any other last questions, and then we're gonna call it a night. Pickles and Scampi are busy throwing David's socks out the drawer as you do. And also, if you didn't hear what David said and you aren't familiar with his second channel, Spoodapod's, we do actually have a whole host of tarantulas. We have a lot of tarantulas. We have jumping spiders, praying mantids, blue death feigning beetles, isopods, velvet spiders. Everybody?
Another just asked the question again. I just want to respond to it.
If we want to support you by buying some biodiversity bird blends in the US, is there any way to do so? Technically not at the moment, but we would highly recommend doing so anyway. I mean, supporting Jason supports us in a way, and he's our friend, and we love him. So if you want to support him as well, we would highly recommend it.
When you buy, just drop a message saying, "Oh, I put you on this channel," and
Yeah, if anybody has bought from Bird Blends, just drop Jason or Bird Blends specifically an email message and be like, "I bought because of Sophie and David," and then maybe he'll like that. I would like that. I think that's great. But there are other stockists around the world, so we're getting there. And as I said, we are going to try our very best to get out to Europe as soon as possible and get those products out there. But
don't forget popcorn. Next one's on my channel.
We'll have one
every month. It alternates between me and Sophie, so you have to watch both our channels.
It got a bit too much when we were both doing it because we can only talk about so much. Like, there's not that much going on in our lives to kind of keep talking to do 2 live streams, and it just gets a bit chaotic. So we do them once a month, but we do put out videos at least once a week.
And we do a Patreon. We also, there's one on Patreon a week as well. Generally, we sometimes just do a post.
Sometimes it's posts, sometimes it's videos, sometimes other bits, sometimes it's 2 videos. There's a lot going on at the moment, and there are exciting things happening over on Patreon. So if you want to know and be in the scoop, then that is what I would highly recommend. But I think we're going to call it a night. So thank you guys so much for coming today. It's been wonderful. Really enjoyed today. Again, congratulations to Nia for winning. Well done, Scampi and Pickles, for picking the winner. Yeah, it's been lovely. So thank you so much for coming. There will be more videos coming soon. As I said, make sure you are subscribed to the Parrot Teacher as well, if you're not already, and hopefully you're already subscribed to me. Feel free to watch and like any interaction you do in our videos. Even if you dislike them, it still helps the channel. So we appreciate it. Share it with your bird friends. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.